187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
Hello, it's Detective Jeff Shepard on the case. This time, Vice Naroctics Part 17 of the playthrough. The Naked City, also a DLC on the PS3. So Cole Phels looking pretty stylish in his new suit. So let's go see what we have to solve. So this is the...
What's with that getup of yours anyway? I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Your interest in my appearance is starting to get me worried.
The suit, dude, just
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
Roy, that's not very nice. That was really not needed by you. Anyways, since Roy's being a bit of a not nice person with pronouncing... I saw it because I'm probably going to cut that bit out, but before I enter, I'll just say it again.
Second floor. Apartment
Thank
6.
you.
In the back.
I do apologize
Thanks.
that Detroit Become Human was an hour long. I tried to get it to 50 to 60 minute long, but it didn't turn out that way. Also, I'm doing Assassin's Creed Origins on the Xbox One X, or Xbox One, for those who may not have an X, but definitely a good game from what I played a bit of it. Definitely be more strategic on how I approach the enemies. But other than that, it's a beautiful game, the way it's done.
Hey,
also,
Cole,
there's another one
let's
that
get moving.
it's been leaked, which is the 13th Assassin's Creed that's been leaked. It also looks like it takes place in Sahara, in Egypt as well. My favorite part of that video was when the guy kicked him off the rock, said this is Sparta. It took me back to the whole God of War where Kratos kicked someone off type idea. But definitely pretty cool. But yeah, as I was saying though, I'll probably end up doing one video of Noire, one video of probably for today. So as you're seeing this was recorded on a Monday, so you'll be seeing this on a Tuesday at 12 p.m. and it only goes up at 1 p.m. But with that out of the way, let's continue on. But wait, what floor are we going on again? Dang it, I just draw a blank, dude. We got a syringe already. Come on. There we go.
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
So
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
Oops. Yeah, be very pretty desperate to if you're trying to get high on military grade morphine, which is actually a lot stronger supposedly than your regular morphine that is out. What floor did you say on again? I have no clue what floor she's on. Awesome. This is why you don't talk when they're doing commentary over it. But Detective Shepard does not listen. Jeff Shepard does whatever he wants. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the LA Noire playthrough on the PS4. I'm trying to get the playthroughs to be a little bit under a certain amount of time, under at least 50. So between 45 to 40 minutes long, roughly. Oh, here we go. Number 6.
Bukowski, you made Homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
Yes.
You two want a hug? Or can we get on with it?
Relax, Rusty.
Rusty. Like I say, Rusty wasn't
26
too
years
bad
old,
of
fashion
a
model.
opponent.
Found in the tub by
Rusty
the
was one of
cleaning
my
lady,
favorite ones,
Mrs.
so.
Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Also, just wanted to say, if you do have iOS or Android, for iOS users, which is Apple, of course, a game that I found on Android is called Idle Factory. The same studio did make Idle Mines Tycoon. Idle Factory is the same idea. Instead of a mine, it's a factory, pretty much like a foreman or a manager of your own company. They just put out the toy one, so you got your toy, the sorry, I know this is supposed to be a playthrough of PC, but I thought it'd be enjoyable to show you on iOS, just so I give you a little bit of a review. I have played it a lot on an Android device. It's pretty simple. But I'll just tell you a little bit of exactly what factories you can use. That is just my pop socket, me playing all with it. So it's Fluffy Family Fury Games. They also made the, like I said, Idle Mines Tycoon, which is a mine. You got different mines, you got your basic one, and you got the other ones. But, yeah, that's about it. Also, Cars Drift Racing is pretty fun, too, for those who like playing on Android and iOS, and also on PC. I haven't played much on PC, but I do like to get back into it again. So, the factories you have first is the Journal Factory, the Transport Factory, then Toy Factory, and then Sports Factory, which is the newest one. There's another one coming soon, but it is yet to be shown what the factory might be. Yeah, hopefully it's like a miniature one, roughly, but at least just covered the
Val,
so that's
we've
good.
had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real
There's a
drowning.
bit of bruising on the neck.
Notice
There's a
anything
fight
about our
wound,
victim?
almost like.
Yeah, I took a look.
Be my guest.
So luckily this time she is covered, so I don't have to cut out the
Take a closer look at her head and neck.
body.
Her neck is bruised pretty badly.
Yep. Almost looks like they want it to look like it was a strangle gone wrong. She has a ring.
Very unusual ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a black sunfire. But no, shucks, I did too soon. So she's got like a bite wound on the arm. Looks like that's very odd, suspicious, I should say. And there's also like pills too, so
Bruising on the forearms.
there's a bite wound.
These look like bite marks.
Very good. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
Very unfortunate to see a beautiful one like that. Unfortunately, not in the game anymore. Even though it doesn't really have too much of an effect. No, I wanted to check the sleeping pills. But there's supposed to be something else, but so what are you doing, old dude?
Quality English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one.
I think she might have been dragged out of bed too, from the looks of it. Oh. He got pills! Popping them pills!
Looks like barbiturates.
Yep. Definitely does. It's definitely a lot of pillars between here and the bathroom. That's quite a bit. Okay, do you want to move, please? Excuse me. Thank you.
Barbiturates.
Ooh.
What else is rattling around in this thing?
More sleeping pills. Take one.
You should speak to your doctor.
Capsule.
Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
20 capsules. Thanks. So it's pretty much like a and we got a trophy. Definitely did. So definitely got a pretty, I didn't put it cool achievement, but a trophy. There's still one more thing I gotta find.
There's been a modeling assignment.
Oh, okay, so there's the ring. Found that. So we got an achievement for a good looking corpse. I think is what that one was. So now we talk to I think it is the housekeeper. Very, very mysterious. Ah, here we go.
It's a place to start.
The X is Julia. So that's one.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order.
Sorry about that.
Mr. Henderson,
I
maybe?
just decided to put it back to 50, so it's pretty much 50-50 all around, which is even.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact.
First we'll do the victim's state of mind.
Was Miss
and
Randall
of course
depressed about
is
something?
going to be suspicious.
Upset?
No more than normal.
Liar!
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldson?
Julie
Julie was
just showing
obviously
sense, you're
disturbed
lying.
by something.
Tell the
I
truth.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, do you? What about the sleeping pills lady? Come on now. Don't
She was
think
taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pill box, the things she hid in there.
Yeah.
I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star.
Oh, she was a model, modeling, so models.
Does modeling really pay that
I guess
well?
put decent clothes. Next one is the victim's personal life, which would be accused.
Did Miss Randall have many friends?
Is it either bad cop, good
I'm
cop,
not
or
sure. I
accused?
only come around twice a week.
You're hiding
Why are
something.
you lying to
Stop
me,
hiding.
Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't do that.
Funny. You won't, eh? Well, what about a men's smoking jacket?
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry. I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
San Francisco, for those,
What was it
is
like
my favorite team
working
of
for
the
Miss Randall?
49ers.
Perfectly fine, officer.
I also like the Broncos. I actually saw one fellow gentleman that is a Broncos fan in good old Winnipeg. So definitely,
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell
teams
me.
out there.
She was very high-strung.
There are some teams that have do have
Lovely one
rivalries.
moment
Some
and
are
screaming
more,
at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted
higher
it damn
than
quick.
others, I would think.
Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldson.
No, it's not.
You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
I think our work is done here.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's see. Use the phone. So.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
TV with Treble. He actually works on the Supra with the whole Bondo in that. And he even says the same thing, that you will sound quite a bit of it off by the time it's all said and done.
Well,
so
hello.
I'll be shooting hopefully
What can I help you with today?
Motion TV's YouTube channel and a little eye icon up
LAPD,
above on the
ma'am.
right hand side.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here.
Interesting.
She was a very beautiful girl.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Oh.
Husbands sometimes
should we
come in
interrupt
here
this?
with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Very interesting to hear.
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is
She's
she?
a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune.
There it is.
He must really love you.
Also, before I answer the question, just wanted to let you know, I actually was watching a show of Ed Edwards, and a few cases got brought up that were actually happened in LA back in the 1960s, I think, roughly. Anyways, in the homicide department of Los Angeles, there is a few cases that are actually based off real events. When I found that out, I actually had to Google that because I wasn't 100% sure, but it definitely is. The Day of Murder was an actual case that happened years ago. There's also two other ones.
You can't stand around here all day looking vacant. It's embarrassing.
I'll finish this.
How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it.
I did read
She was
too.
so full of life.
But yeah, so the Day of Murder, I think there's also the elevator. Wait for that to come down, get in, and yeah. But yeah, do let me know in the comments
if we locked
if
up
you
every
do
doctor in
find
this
that
town, Vice
the
would be able
cases
to
that
work
are based on
half
true
days.
events in Los Angeles. If you knew them about that already, or if if you thought it was interesting and that you haven't found out about them yet. I found it myself very interesting. I actually had to rewind the show a few times just to catch what they said. But yeah.
Yes,
So
sir,
with
your
this
name?
person,
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Cole Phels is
Send them in,
my
please.
former.
I'll see this patient again after they've left.
I honestly think our opponent is a little corrupt.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
Okay. Well, sorry about that, but yeah, I got stuff to
Dr.
do.
Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
Yeah, that's right.
How well did you know Ms. Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
You doubt my
I didn't say the magic word. Let me
Do you
know
have
if
access
you
to
know
my
what
patient
movie
records?
that is from in the comments below. No.
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine.
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
Shouldn't have to, but it does happen every now and then.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Oh, we gotta make a phone call, apparently.
Operator, give me R&I.
Yeah, normally you wouldn't be using a phone in a...
Putting you through now.
person who just interviewed you.
Phelps, badge 1247.
But...
How can I help, Detective?
Messages for me, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please do.
Please, thank you. Al?
Ironic.
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Let's go, partner. We've been urgently asked to meet at the Hollywood Receiving Med Hospital. This sounds all a nice day, gentlemen and ladies, if there were any. But yeah, so definitely E3 for Xbox is June 10th. Central Time is 3 p.m. Eastern is 4 p.m. Oops, sorry about that. That was just my chill.
The old boy's lying.
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Yep. Definitely something a little... Onyx, I believe is how you pronounce his name. But... definitely a real shame to see poor young lady like that. But things do unfortunately happen.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
Savage.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Yikes. Pretty bad.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine.
You can go. Right on.
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Don't be in beep beep. It's not very nice to be like that to the person that gives us information on the suspected body.
Arnett is in interview 2, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
Interview 2 is this
Moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1 round.
Oh, there he is.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
What was your relationship with the victim?
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Bad call.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. Yes. We had relations.
Information of Mr. Hen.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back
I
east.
call shenanigans.
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got me. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money.
Sorry about that.
She thought she could get some from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
Too eager to answer that one as a no, but...
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Henry Arnett.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
Cole Phels was in the Okinawa.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
You guys are getting ladies and gentlemen. We get to tell the guy. Unfortunately. This shall be fun.
He's in that car at the lights.
I should say hate. I don't really like tailing missions at all, to be honest.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
No, I do not. For those who did go involved in the war, definitely is not good that he would lie for those men and women who have given the life. Anyone who lies about that should be really questioning their conscience about life.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Pretty funny idea of what keeping a low profile means, Phelps.
Yeah, I know I do.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Oh. Cole, speaking of, keep talking, Cole. Get a little bit more challenging, get him a lot more cautious. Also, this is not a paid sponsor at all by any means, but I have also
It's
found
money and
product,
fast.
item, I should say, that's if you're shaving and you want to get away
Get
from
in there and find out what you want.
cartridges,
I'll stick with him.
there is
See
a
how you intend
blade,
to spend the money.
old
Too much
school one, I
slack.
would say.
Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the...
Of winning something else as well. Sorry about that. Excuse me. I don't know what my cough on, but don't want to lose this guy. Leads us across the road. So I do think that by me recording one gameplay of LA Noire and of another game should help quite a bit. So yeah, that's a bad idea. I'm gonna do something a little gutsy and running across the road like a goof man. I can still see him barely.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Push me!
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Oh, he went by down. Go. Sorry, lady, I missed your push. Come on, go, Cole Phels. Let's go, 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 go. Where are you going, Sue? Ooh, that was slick. Definitely is getting a lot riskier now that I'm having to be cautious. Ah, traveling agency. Interesting. So was that so it took me, I believe, 4 or 5 tries, unfortunately.
One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
Oh my God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over.
The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
I guess that's it for that one. I don't want to go across the road or something. Maybe I'll put another across. Yeah, here we go. Telephone. Ring, 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 ring. Telephone.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Any messages?
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to the Hollywood station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thanks.
Come on. You know where we're going, ladies and gentlemen. To the Hollywood Nest Beach. Sorry. Oh, I hit the guys too. Yikes. Oops. Run!
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Chase one of the two. Alright, and where is he going? Oh, there's the other guy linking up again. Ooh. How do I...
Throw out the guns. I'm wide open here.
Get him, Daniel, get him!
Stay down.
I'm not sure how to cover.
Move, I gotcha. Stay in cover. I'm gonna put holes in you, Cole. Get behind something, Phel.
All right, let's kill these rat bastards.
Got him! Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot how to
Thanks.
hide behind cover again.
Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. We nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. And this is his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Yep. That's twice I've done that. Back to the police station.
We caught up with Mal. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc. He worked burglaries with a big guy. Goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
The guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of him.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
You could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
So Rusty,
Sir, I need the
and
contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Cole Phels apparently.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you.
I think Rusty feels threatened by Cole Phels.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud. Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
Pretty much it. Gotta be missing something. So the suitcase, the diamond, the box.
Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox. Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
Got a lot of clues from the looks of it. Yeah. Nice house is living beyond his means. Apparently.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eastrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man, if you are returning 43 pieces of my property?
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Always having to drink on the job. That's not how you...
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
Work.
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
It's a high price. We need to...
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are? Making heinous accusations in my own home.
Well, the way you put your head there, lady, something's up. Spill the beans.
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
That terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
That is a...
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eavestrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, Mother and Father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
Oh, and they want me to drive.
There's a very good explanation for all of this.
Put a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it. Come on, sister. Let's find out who your fiancé really is.
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry, are you a resident?
LAPD detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Thank you.
Yeah, apartment 3 is a long ways up. But yeah. Everybody on the elevator. Just like a man, just get this place.
Isn't this just nice and awkward?
There we go, cussing.
Stop! LAPD! Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case. Go on. Put your
hands in the air. Give it up, LAPD.
I forget how to slide down that, unfortunately.
Don't make me chase you!
Oh, great, here we go again. Oh, no. And watch out. Ooh. That's not good.
Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How did I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming around, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
I don't think he'd be setting up from that, but...
You told Heather you're honeymooning without her?
Levent, probably? Oh, let's take a look. Yeah, it's irrelevant to this.
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
You're lying, Henry.
How can you prove that I'm involved, Detective?
Because you pawned a Fabergé cigarette case today for $600. A case that is on a list of stolen items.
It was Julia's idea. get a list of society parties, and find out where and when, and then have the guests burgled. Julia was desperate for money. No matter how much we made, she always wanted more.
Motivation for Randall's murder.
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang.
You're lying, Arnett. I think you ordered them to kill her. It was made to look like suicide, and when the coroner saw through that, you knew it was time to run.
I told you I was involved in the burglaries. I had nothing to do with Julia's death. Why would I need to run?
Have you told Miss Swanson that you're leaving for Mexico City tomorrow night? That it's a one-way ticket?
Henry? Tell me it isn't true.
I had no choice. I wanted to marry Heather. I told Julia I wanted out, and she laughed in my face. I had to pay Willie and Jimmy a fortune to do her, and now I'm completely broke.
What you are, Buster, is under arrest.
Just committed to having them kill her. That's not good.
Who is Henderson, and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is
you
no
gotta lie.
Henderson.
Lie some
Tell me
more.
about your first burglary, and don't lie.
I can't remember. I don't keep a list of these things.
How convenient. That's okay. Contraband list, buddy. Say hello to a long time in jail.
Your first burglary was a Dr. Harold Stoneman. You want to explain how he is involved, or shall I?
Henderson is Stoneman. He was crazy about Julia. She could get him to do whatever she wished. He threw the parties, and we arranged the burglaries. Julia never let him touch her. She just kept him hanging on the promise. Drove the good doctor almost insane.
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
Oh, good. Go back to that. Gotcha. $505. Wait, no way. Shoot. This way. You know what? 502.
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett. And tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in.
I told you never
Busted,
to come.
sucker.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
Spill the beans.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her? I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
Oh, the practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no one. Not my wife or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. What have I done?
What a waste.
Didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't either. That was a complete surprise. Wow. I don't know what would drive a man to do such an act like that.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Thinking that would solve everything.
Putting you
Do
through
the crime, do the time.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, Detective. You have a message. Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski says to meet them there.
On our way. We have an address for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
Right, that's Moat. The way Bukowski, I believe his name is. Definitely an unfortunate events at the end of that one, the way it turned out. Never thought the guy would jump like that to his own death to not face the
That old boy really fell for that broad.
She was incredibly beautiful.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
You're quite the romantic, Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
You're talking from experience.
I certainly am. Oh, I like women as much as the next guy. As long as they're in their place and doing what they're told.
Oh my goodness.
Please tell me what's
Thank
going
God
on.
I didn't park there.
I don't find that funny, but okay.
You're behind the wheel.
These are Bukowski, I don't like you as they come.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this, the kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find a game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this out of the street.
A harmonica playing wrestler. That's a weird one. Think he knits as well?
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. We don't want him to bolt on us.
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's shoot up the cops because you know that's a good idea. Kind of shot him a couple times. Not a good idea, but you know, it is how it is, man. Hey, the guy wants to come up, apparently. So let's chase him. We're now on an hour and 32 minutes.
Hold it. He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings. There he is. Waste the son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he? Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Julia had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
$8 million stories. We missed one clue, unfortunately, but today we definitely got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-star rating, so that's good. We cost the city $110. Physical damage, 763. I don't know, not too bad. Julia Randall's live fast and die young, sending 1 man to jail and 3 to the morgue. The last one would have been, with the doctor dead, only Arnett could have revealed the depths of his infatuation with Julia, which I'm not sure what clue I might have missed, but considering that it was a DLC, and man, what a long case this has been. Let's see what's next. We got the soft
We're being overrun. We have to get off of this hill.
That's one of our 50 cows still firing, Cole. The 22nd are still fighting.
It's over, Cole. Looks like you're one of the lucky ones.
Say goodbye to your friend Hank, Jack.
He was your friend too, Cole. Is this how you're going to leave him? Are you wounded?
Scratch, Kelso.
Well, get up and get out of that fucking hole! Find a stretcher while you're at it so we can get him out of here.
Who's the senior officer here?
I guess that's you, Cole.
You were up here all night?
Yes, sir.
And your command?
Gone, sir.
Sorry to hear that, son. God damn it, we have beaten these bastards back. It's the beginning of the end, and it was one here. You're a goddamn hero, son. What's your name?
Lieutenant Phelps, sir.
I'm recommending you for the Silver Star and promoting you to first lieutenant.
Well. So that concludes the longest The Naked City DLC. Pretty long playthrough. I'll just try to edit down the best I can. I know guaranteed it's going to be any short, but definitely a long playthrough. But if you have enjoyed the LA Noire game playthrough of the whole game and still would like to see more, don't forget to leave a like and a comment. Let's see if we can get this video to possibly 5 likes, if not 6. I think that's more than reasonable. Excuse me. Also, if you have other fellow friends or that are interested in watching the gameplay, don't forget to share to others as well, to social media, Facebook, Twitter, It also helps to spread the word around my small channel. I also do have a Patreon page. You don't you don't have to contribute any money to it at all. It's up to you. So I don't think you have to at all. It's completely up to you. There's only 2 tiers. It's $3 and $5, so it's not too bad. The first one is beginning team drift. The second one is mid team drift. It would help to maintain my setup, and also I'll be doing that myself as well as I can. But it allows me to keep up with some stuff if I need to anytime in the future. But definitely don't feel you have to be obligated to contribute anything. It's completely at your own choice, of course. So definitely think about it. But by all means, take a look at the chat at it. It's patreon.com/DriftShepherd, uppercase D, uppercase S. Definitely check it out. I'll try to leave a link in the description below, so you can quickly click onto it. But this would conclude the case, and this is Drift Shepherd signing out.